Hi guys, I hope you are doing great today. I want us to look into something I consider important. What actually makes a difference in people's lives? You will see two guys go to the same college, graduated the same year, studied the same thing. They move into the world the same year. After 15 years, one become very successful and the other not. Two guys, they go to the same law school to study. They graduated the same year. After about 20 years, you could see that one become extremely successful and the other not. So what do you think makes such difference in people's lives? I have also seen two guys started business the same year. The same line of business. At the end of the day, one become very wealthy, another one struggling. So have you ever asked yourself this question? What makes a difference in their lives? And having researched and studied, I discovered that what actually makes the difference is not the environment that they were born. It's also not the location where their businesses are situated. One thing, or one of the things that make a big difference in their lives is the knowledge that they have. The knowledge that they choose to have and what they do with the knowledge that they have. This sounds very simple, but it is very powerful. And I want to ask you something. Maybe you have gone to college. Maybe you have gone to university. Maybe you have studied one thing or the other. I want to ask you, is your knowledge still up to date? Have you ever opened a book and read maybe one page after your graduation? That question is for you, and you need to answer it. Have you ever cared to read, serious reading, in the area of your endeavor after you have graduated? Have you ever done that? Very few people do this, and that is why very few people are successful. I also discovered that successful people, they take control of what they choose to know. They don't just know anything or know all the things. They streamline their knowledge on a particular area and they keep updating that knowledge, making it to be current. And they choose to do something very practical with what they know. They don't wait for things to happen to them. They make things happen. But less successful people, they just wait and allow things to happen to them. They wait for miracles, and it is not bad to wait for miracles. But I discovered that successful people, they walk in line with God and make their miracles happen. What you know is important. What you choose to know is important. As a matter of fact, I discovered in my own personal life, sometimes in the past, I was reading books on spirituality. And I discovered I was becoming a very spiritual person. I was also reading books on marriages. And today, I am married and I'm having an incredibly beautiful marriage. But many years in the past, I discovered I didn't read much of finances. And no wonder I was struggling with my finances. And one day, I took a look at my library. I looked at all the books there. I discovered I could count 1 or 2 financial books. And I said to myself, wow, this is it. This is it. This is the reason. And I went to the market and I began to buy financial books. And as I began to read them, I discovered a very big change in my finances. So what you know, and what you choose to know, and what you do with what you know, that will make a big difference in your life. I will say that again. What you know, what you choose to know, and what you do with what you know will make a big difference in your life. Secondly, another very powerful thing I discovered, that wealthy and successful people, they are elastic. They are elastic. You know what I mean? They are elastic. They have an unbreakable spirit. Things happen to them, but they don't allow the things that happen to them to decide their outcome. In life, you have up and downs. And when you look at the curves of the stock market, of the financial world, you will discover that it goes down and comes up. It goes down and comes up. And successful people, they know that when things come down, that is not the end of the world. They are also waiting for that wave to come up. And they are getting ready for the coming up. But like successful people or poor people, when things happen to them, they remain there. They remain there. I mean, when they fall, they remain there. The falling or the failure become their outcome. It become their life. And they stand on it. They live in that valley. And they begin to brood on it. And they begin to create a story on it. And that will become their experience. But successful people, they know the word called resilient. They are very resilient. When things happen to them, they breathe and they come up. They go to the valley and they come up to the top. And that is why when you read about successful people, you will hear that they declare bankruptcy many times. I mean, their money got finished. But that does not decide their life. Not minding that something has happened to them. They are elastic. They have unbreakable spirits. And they don't give up. They ride that wave from that valley. They know that they are going to come up. And at the end of the day, they will come up. So, what happened to you is not what will determine your outcome, but what you do with what's happening to you. You were raped. Yes. That is not the end of your life. You can come out of that situation, that experience, and still achieve your goals. Yet your mom is poor, your parents are poor. Now you couldn't go to school, but that is not the end of it. It is just a valley. It is just a downward trend. And if you don't remain there, if you can begin to plan again and get massive action plan, you can as well come up to the top. This is what makes a big difference in the life of successful people. Number one, they choose what they know and they do something with what they know. Secondly, they don't remain when things come down, they don't remain there. They know that coming down is part of life and they are preparing for coming up. They do something that will bring them up. So when things happen to you, maybe you invested and you lost the money. It is the downward trend, and that is not the end of life. You can as well do something and come from that valley to the top of the mountain. Whatever that is happening to you right now, whether negative or whatever, you are depressed right now, no matter what is happening to you, what I'm telling you today is that that is not the end of the story. You can come out, you can come from that valley direct to the top of the mountain. This is what makes a difference. And I hope it will make a difference in your own life. So, tell me what you feel about these two secrets of highly successful people. I want you to subscribe to this channel. I want to see your comments and I want you to like this video. Thank you and see you next time.